Two men sentenced to over 10 years each for 2018 murder of phone card vendor. In a sobering courtroom development, Alexander La Cruz and Mark Welch have been sentenced to 13 years and 14 years, respectively, for the 2018 murder of Ron Mansfield, a phone card vendor who was tragically shot and robbed outside his residence. The sentencing, carried out by Justice Simone Morris Ramlal on Wednesday at the Demerara High Court, concluded a case that involved the pair pleading guilty to a joint murder indictment. La Cruz, a 31-year-old father of two formerly residing in West Medan Mir Zorg, West Coast Demerara, WCD, and 31-year-old Welch, who previously lived in West La Penitence, Georgetown, had admitted to their roles in the murder during the proceedings. Ron Mansfield, a 37-year-old father of two, not only lost his life during the incident but was also robbed of his day's earnings, which he used to support his family. Justice Morris Ramlal emphasized the senselessness of Mansfield's killing, noting that he was shot in front of his home. The judge expressed concern over the frequency of hardworking citizens being robbed of their possessions. Taking into account that neither La Cruz nor Welch was the actual shooter and finding no evidence to suggest their knowledge of a gun being used, Justice Morris Ramlal considered an appropriate penalty for the two. She highlighted their youth, indicating that their chances of rehabilitation seemed promising. The judge noted the sincerity in the prisoner's expressions of regret to the deceased man's family. The sentences for La Cruz and Welch commenced at a starting point of 24 years, with a deduction of 1/3 for their early guilty plea and mitigating factors. Consequently, La Cruz received a 13-year sentence, and Welch was sentenced to 14 years. Both offenders were credited for time spent in pretrial detention. The tragic incident unfolded on June 19, 2018, when Mansfield, residing at 772 Westminster, West Bank Demerara, was attacked and shot in the chest moments after returning home on his motorcycle from his work as a phone card vendor. Despite efforts to save him, Mansfield succumbed to his injuries while being transported to the West Demerara Regional Hospital. The bag containing his phone cards and money was never recovered. In relation to their roles in the robbery, Welch served as the lookout, while La Cruz facilitated the transportation of his accomplices to and from the crime scene. Both defendants were represented by attorney at law Tana Hardy, while the prosecution was led by attorneys at law Rubina Christmas, Caressa Henry, Delon Fraser, and Madonna Rampersad.